Hello, everybody. My name is Aaron Alment, and this is the ReelCast, ladies and gentlemen. So March is over, guys. Did you guys have a good March?
I guess.
Yeah, it's very lonely sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Mostly in the
So
later half of March.
Yeah.
yeah. So what we did, guys, we did a couple we did a tournament, and I guess it turned out really well. And we decided to do a new one. Today we're recording round two, the whole round. Um, this is let me get a better
Story of a girl.
uh,
Wrong
so
podcast.
we are doing a tournament to see what is the best TV show. We broke it up into four regions. I gotta say, first round was a good round. There weren't too many arguments. There weren't too many bickering. I think it went really well. I am here with my co-host, Jared Weathers.
What's up?
And my other co-host, Brandon Tuning.
How's it going, guys?
You're great. So Jared, you want to elaborate more on the tournament?
Sure. So, it's a 64 team single elimination tournament, just like March Madness does it. But this is the best TV show ever. So we broke it up into Fox, NBC, ABC, and CBS, the four big channels. And now we're here, round two, and we're gonna start in the Fox region again.
Yep.
So the first matchup we have is Malcolm in the Middle versus Futurama.
Ooh. I'm gonna let Brandon go first on this one, actually.
All right.
I want to see what you both have to say in case I have to be the tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker again.
We should just leave you as the tiebreaker the entire time because you love
Yeah.
that position
You know
so
what?
much.
You know what?
It's like your favorite one.
Yeah.
You know what? I have no problem with that. So you two will alternate who goes first, and I'll just say the third man, third wheel. But I am the
Fantastic.
host of this ReelCast.
Sounds
Let's
like
go.
Sounds like a good reason to host. All right, so we got Malcolm in the Middle and Futurama. Now, Malcolm in the Middle, of course, is a staple of the 2000s, just as much as Futurama was, even though Futurama obviously lived a shit ton longer than Malcolm in the Middle. But we have to look at Malcolm in the Middle for what it is. Malcolm in the Middle, what's his freaking name? I can't think of his name right now. He hasn't been relevant for like 10 years. Frankie Muniz, yes. He hasn't been relevant in like 10 years, unfortunately. But when he was relevant during the Malcolm in the Middle days, this show was fantastic. I was a fan of it. I didn't watch it often. I was more of a Bryan Cranston fan, which is why I'm so happy that he moved on to even bigger, better things. Not saying it's not good. However, compared to Futurama, Futurama was more of a staple. More people watched it on a daily basis. Even before Netflix, the people had box sets of that just as much as Simpsons and Family Guy. And I just know a lot of friends. Futurama was a religion to them, which is why it's lived so long. And literally, at any moment's notice, anybody could be like, "Hey, you guys want to do another season of Futurama? Sure, let's do it." Ain't nobody gonna look at Malcolm in the Middle and be like, Frankie, you're not doing shit. Let's do another season. No. All right, fair enough. Futurama for me, guys.
Okay.
Obviously, Malcolm in the Middle, great show. I know we kind of talked about it before. I was a huge Frankie Muniz fan growing up, just because I saw, at least on Disney, they played Big Fat Liar a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They played it on. Wait, played on Disney?
Yeah, it was on Disney like all the time.
Yep.
Huh. I never noticed that.
It was a Disney movie when it came out.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
It's not a.
Nope.
No. It's
No, but they did show it on Disney. I will give him that. But
They
showed
really
an
did.
edited version.
It's like all the
and
time.
what's funny though is Amanda Bynes. She was a Nickelodeon star, and they showed a Nickelodeon star on the Disney Channel. Like,
talk about
but
another
no,
thing.
it wasn't a Disney movie. But that's really weird. They showed it on Disney.
Yeah, I think they bought the syndication rights for it to show it on Disney Channel.
I mean, and it brought us Taron Killam.
Did it? He was in that?
Here we go again.
Yeah, he was the bully.
I haven't
He's
seen that movie in
bad.
so long.
The bully in the beginning.
I just remember Jaleel White being in that movie.
Urkel.
Playing the cop with
Speaking
the
of that,
chicken.
not to go on a tangent real quick, but have either, since we're talking about TV, have either of you guys started watching the Big Show?
No.
Oh no, not yet.
Okay, he's on there. He plays
He
the
is?
best friend.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, I saw
He
that.
plays the best friend of the
okay.
Big Show, and I'm like,
So-
okay,
Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I watched it all the time. I didn't watch Malcolm in
It's
the
on
Middle
Netflix.
until much later.
Yeah, same. I literally started watching Malcolm in the Middle 2 years ago.
Yeah, like it's been a while since I've seen it, but I started watching it when I got a little older, so it was like already off the air for like 5 years or something. And I like it. It's a good show, but I've been watching Futurama for a long time. I started watching it when it was on Fox, and then I watched it when it was on. I watched every single episode when they debuted on Comedy Central. So I'm going Futurama. Sorry, Aaron, you're not gonna be the tiebreaker for this one.
real quick though, because Malcolm in the Middle is being knocked out, I had one more thing to say about it. I know if you guys watched the last episode or listened to the last episode, sorry, I would incessantly, nonstop talk about how I don't care for sitcoms. So I understand that. However, I would like to talk about Malcolm in the Middle real quick, being the interesting, which there are other shows on this list, the interesting sitcom-esque live action recording that I would like to say, where it was more in the moment of real life instead of on a set, just like Modern Family currently, or one of my favorites.
Superstore.
Yeah, one of my personal favorites. I loved Bernie Mac and
Oh yeah.
the young Chris Rock show,
Oh yeah.
which is ironic
Everybody
because
hates Chris.
yeah, it's so funny to me that I hate sitcoms pretty much, but live action sitcoms I don't mind.
Are those
Uh,
considered
I-
sitcoms or just comedy shows?
I don't think
I
so.
will be
I think it's
right
just
back,
comedy.
guys.
Yeah.
My dinner's done, so I will go get that really quick. Of
Very
course.
cool.
Great timing, mother.
Mother.
Mother. Yeah, because there's actually a few different shows. You got Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Freaks and Geeks was one of those. It wasn't so much comedy, but it was filmed the same way.
Right. Absolutely.
With Superstore is obviously one of those. The Office.
Yep.
There are a lot of them that are. I don't think they're considered sitcoms though.
I don't think so either, but that's what it feels like. It feels like a more like reality-based sitcom.
Right. Yeah.
Because they definitely feel like a sitcom.
Totally. Like it has like the same kind of tropes, but it's filmed in a different style and it feels a lot different.
That's
All right,
why
guys,
it was.
I'm back. I apologize.
No worries, it's cool.
I-
That's why I guess I want to classify it as the live action sitcom, because it's not in front of a live audience and
Right.
ha 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 ha, that kind of thing. So that's the only reason why I would call it that. I'm sure there's a better word for it, and you're probably completely right. It's probably not even a sitcom, quote unquote, but it does feel like it.
It does. Yeah. I know Futurama won, but Aaron, do you want to chime in on?
I like both shows. I would have went with Malcolm in the Middle because Frankie Muniz is a great actor, and it gave us the world Bryan Cranston.
Absolutely.
Sure.
It introduced us to Bryan damn Cranston.
Zordon.
Yeah. Zordon is a Power Ranger movie. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next one is 24 versus Bob's Burgers. Brandon, do you want to go?
No, I just went. I'll let you go.
Okay. Obviously a huge 24 fan. I used to watch it all the time. The original one, not the
Reboot.
newest one.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Bob's Burger fan. I don't know who made this, but they're not very good at making stuff.
What are you talking about?
The what shows go up against each other.
That
I don't know, man. It's hard. I like both shows. 24 was really the show I came to be a Kiefer Sutherland fan with. I'm gonna have to go Bob's Burgers for this one.
I will also agree with Bob's Burgers. Like I said in the previous episode, I was not a fan of 24. I was not. I didn't hate Kiefer Sutherland. I just didn't care for the show.
Right.
It's one of the shows that I would like to give another chance at some point. You know, when we have more time and not bored.
Yeah. I think it's on Hulu.
Yeah, I believe so. The whole series.
Yeah.
Including the soft reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron, do you want to add anything to that?
Going with Bob's Burgers too. I don't have to be the tiebreaker for now.
Yay.
For now, this next one though, you might have to be.
Oh shh. Jared, would you like to say something to me about that, or would you like me to go first so we can talk about this safely?
You
Take your
can
time,
go ahead
boys.
and go first.
Okay.
Take your time, boys. I'll listen.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine versus Married with Children.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Could we choose any other thing to go against Married with Children? Literally anything. Let's just skip to Bob's Burgers fighting against Married with Children. That would be better for me. But for me, I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I love Andy Samberg. I really like the soft crime drama that it is with a shit ton of comedy. Because let's be honest, Brooklyn Nine-Nine actually does have drama in it. It's not often, it's not heavy, but it happens and it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a lot more accessible than something hard like a Law and Order or CSI or anything like that, and it's funny. Like that a soft intro with the Backstreet Boys joke, still one of the best. Still one of the best parts.
I love it.
However, you're going against Married with Children, which is my all-time favorite TV show, with the great Ed O'Neill as Al Bundy. And we've already talked enough about Peggy Bundy, but you know we love Katie Seagal. So let's just say we're not going to argue about this. We're just going to let Married with Children walk all over Brooklyn Nine-Nine for today.
I would, but
you're going to do me like that.
I am. I'm gonna do you like that because I've told in the first round I told you how much I love Married with Children. It's such a good show. I don't know how anyone couldn't like it. It's accessible. It's easy to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Boy Meets World. It's coming of age, I guess, per se, and it's funny.
But Brooklyn, I feel like it's funnier in a different way. Obviously, it's not in front of a live studio audience. It's just like Superstore, filmed the same kind of way. And Andy Samberg came from SNL. He's hilarious. I love Andre Braugher's kind of. I love his Captain Holt, where he's not trying to be funny. He's the straight man to everybody, and it makes everything so much funnier. Obviously, Jake and Amy have great chemistry. Joe Latrulio as Charles Boyle, great. Then you got Terry Crews, which
Choose ready, man.
His character Terry Jeffords is basically just Terry Crews. Mm-hmm. Everything about his life in the show is his actual life in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's funny in different ways, and like you said, it does have drama thrown in here and there. It's not too heavy, but it's heavy enough to make people really think. So I'm going Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Now,
Oh
Aaron, you
boy.
are the tiebreaker.
Oh boy.
Oh my
Aaron.
god. Okay. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Andy Samberg, great actor. Terry Crews, great actor.
Yeah.
Everyone from Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a great actor.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone from Married with Children is a great actor. Good at what they do.
Yeah. But
Brandon, you'll still get the satisfaction of Peggy Bundy with Futurama. It's just not cutting it right now.
so
All right.
I'm
I'll remember that.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I'll remember that. Remember the last tournament we did and Jared cucked you? That might happen this time.
Well, here's the thing. I don't go first. I'm the tiebreaker, right?
You're right.
True. That's
You're right.
true.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I mean, whatever I say goes.
Mhm.
So
Hey,
next
you
up,
still get the Peggy Bundy experience with Leela from Futurama, Brandon.
I mean,
I
Sons
mean-
of Anarchy gave me more of an experience, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
Anyways, Jared,
Anyway, next up we have Family Guy versus The Simpsons.
Oh God, the battle of the ages.
So obviously, Family Guy and The Simpsons are drawn from the same kind of thing. They're cut from the same cloth. I lean more towards Family Guy than I do The Simpsons, just because I've watched it more. So I'm going Family Guy. Brandon?
I got a lot to say about this. I really
Yeah.
do.
Take your time.
Personally, I love The Simpsons and I love The Family Guy, but Family Guy's funnier, so I'm gonna go Family Guy.
All right.
I thought you
Family
had
Guy
a lot to say.
I did.
He did. He just said it. Did you hear him?
Yeah.
That wasn't a lot. That was more like
I just care about Married with Children more than I do The Simpsons or Family Guy. Just saying.
well, technically, if you think about it, Family Guy is an animated version of Married with Children.
Correct.
Think about it.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're Brandon.
Oh no, trust me. Trust me. Have you ever thought about Meg like Christina Applegate? It's pretty similar.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, you'd bang Mila Kunis, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but not
I
Meg.
mean, I'd have to get past Ashton Kutcher first.
No, seriously though, if Mila Kunis had a bag over her head with Meg, you would just not go to town?
If she looked like Mila Kunis, then yes.
No. Meg.
No.
Meg.
No.
Meg.
No.
Meg.
Shut
All
up,
right.
Meg.
All right. So I guess it's my turn. We got
Yep.
Scrubs versus Saved by the Bell. I've already talked about my disdain for Saved by the Bell, so I don't have to say anything further. I would rather watch Scrubs any day over Saved by the Bell, personally. So I'm going to go Scrubs.
I agree. Saved by the Bell. I have watched it. Within the last few years.
Zach Morris is
But
trash.
Zach Morris is trash. You watch it as an adult, and you're like, this guy is like a sociopath. Like
He's a
he is
fucking scumbag, bro.
like
That's like the
legit.
kind of person you don't want to associate with.
And I like Scrubs more, so I'm going Scrubs as well.
Anything to add, Aaron?
I would have voted for Saved by the Bell because I love that show, but it's not
Hey,
moving on.
that opinion matters. We still got some love for Saved by the Bell by Aaron.
Zach Morris is trash though, straight up.
Great show,
Hey,
but Zach Morris is trash.
Zach Morris is trash. I just want everyone to know the reason why me and Aaron keep saying that is because there's like a mini show on Funny or Die on their YouTube channel called Zach Morris is Trash, where they go through all the episodes and explain
They
why
break
Zach
down
Morris is
the-
trash.
Yeah. They break it down and
Go watch that on Funny or Die YouTube channel. It's hilarious.
hilarious. Yeah. That's why we kept saying Zach Morris is trash.
Yeah, because
Because they say
that's the name of the
Captain
show.
Kenny.
So next up we have Superstore, one of my favorite TV shows, and Law and Order SVU. So I've been watching Law and Order SVU for a while now, and because my parents are huge fans of it, and well, I've been watching a lot of stuff on Superstar. I watched interviews. I watched a little thing about their set, like how it's kind of made, how it's all set up and stuff. I have a lot of love for Superstore. I know who America Ferrera is. She's been around for a long time. I
She
didn't
was
know a
in
lot of the
Dogtown.
yeah, I didn't know a lot of the other actors when I first started watching it, but I've learned a lot more about them. And the guy who plays Glenn, Mark McKinney, is one of the kids in the hall.
Really?
Yeah. He was actually also on Sesame Street. That's where he get that. If you watch the interviews with him, that's not how he talks. He talks like a regular person. That's kind of weird at first. But he said he got his voice from doing the voices on Sesame Street as the Muppets.
Huh.
Which it's really interesting. If you guys if anyone listens to this, or even you guys like interviews with actors and stuff, I definitely look up all of the Superstore, all their panels and all their interviews. Like it's great. So I'm going with Superstore. Brandon.
I've never been a big fan of Law and Order. I specified that last time. Just not one of my favorites. My mom was a huge fan, and just it was always around me, and unfortunately, it just wasn't one that I was into. However, still to this point, since the last episode, I would still quote that Superstore is something I'd like to get into soon. So I'll vote for Superstore on this one.
All right. Aaron, anything to add?
I love both shows. I've been watching Law and Order SVU for a long time with my mom all the time. Jared got me into the show Superstore. I've been hooked since. Can't stop watching it.
So good. So good. All right, Brandon, you can go next.
Yeah, so we got Star Trek versus Freaks and Geeks. I have talked about this so much in the last episode that Freaks and Geeks really made so many great comedy careers. However, you're talking about something that's been surviving for what, almost 50 years or just about 50 years. With
Over
Star
50
Trek,
years.
over 50 years.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And we're talking about generations, no pun intended, of fans of Star Trek, and I would assume in my head the pop culture impact that Star Trek has over Freaks and Geeks would just kill it from there. So I'm gonna go with Star Trek only for the simple fact that it made more of an impact than Freaks and Geeks. Though I will not discredit the fact that it's created many great careers and great movies that we now enjoy every day.
So I'm actually gonna disagree with you. I'm not a Star Trek nerd. I'm a Star Wars nerd. I love Star Wars, and I understand what Star Trek did for TV and essentially film, but I feel like Freaks and Geeks really made more of an impact in regular shows. I'm gonna explain what I mean by that.
It made an impact with like teenagers who didn't know.
Well, hold on. So Freaks and Geeks, before Freaks and Geeks, everything was pretty much like pretty stereotypical. Like even Saved by the Bell before that, was pretty much, like these people are athletes. These people are, they're all different things, just one single thing. Whereas Freaks and Geeks is, everyone's mixed. Everyone's more complicated than that. You can't boil everybody down to that. And I feel like after this, TV and even movies, really became more grounded than they were.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say Freaks and Geeks had a little bit more of an impact, just on the way that everyone writes TV and movies now.
I will make a rebuttal just on Aaron's behalf so that he can have a better choice in this. You have to remember, not everybody's ever heard of Freaks and Geeks. They've heard of great actors that are from it, but they've
Yes.
probably never even heard of Freaks and Geeks. There is no person alive that doesn't know what Star Trek is. You may not have seen the show, but you know what it is.
Right. Right. And I'm gonna put a rebuttal to that. Sometimes the best change isn't always known. You know what I mean? So I had to go with Freaks and Geeks just because of how it really changed how people write. It's more about the writing than anything. It's how people write characters and have more depth to them.
You sound like a real Trump follower right now.
I'm really not.
Voting Freaks and
Wow.
Geeks over Star Trek.
I have
Jesus
to.
Christ.
I have to.
I mean, I've never seen Star Trek,
Mhm.
never watched it. I've watched Freaks and Geeks, love it. Like, I feel like if I was a teenager at that time and I saw that show, it would like change me in a good way. You know, like how you don't have to be this to be popular. You don't have, you know. So it helped our generation, you know, be themselves.
Right.
When Star Trek, you're in your mother's basement at 30 years old, writing fan fiction. Freaks and Geeks.
All right. All right. All right. So the next one we have SNL, Saturday Night Live versus The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Hmm.
Obviously SNL has launched so many careers, Andy Samberg included. Uh, and Fresh Prince really jump started one career, and that was Will Smith.
Hmm.
Uh,
They did Carlton wrong, man.
they did Carlton wrong.
I mean, he's doing all right now that he's, AFV host.
Yeah, I liked it better on Catch 22 personally.
Fair enough.
That's a deep cut. No one knows what Catch 22 is.
I've heard of it.
It was a pretty good show. But SNL, I mean, there's so many memorable sketches, like Man in a Van Down by the River, the Matt Foley sketch. Opera Man is
Canteen Boy.
amazing.
Canteen Boy.
Canteen Boy.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah. There's so many different the SNL digital shorts with the Lonely Island. There's so many. In Fresh Prince there is a few, but I think a lot of people put rose-colored glasses on when they talk about that show because it's kind of slow, and not a lot of the jokes hit. For me, at least, they don't hit. So I have to go SNL.
I'm going to agree with you wholeheartedly, but I will put up a little bit more of a fight for Fresh Prince. I do agree that it's slow paced. However, if you were to compile a best of, there is a lot of gold that's there with Fresh Prince with Will Smith, and I know you agree with that too. However, with Saturday Night Live, there is very rarely ever an episode that doesn't have something good in it. Like, I have never not seen one episode that had complete shit in Saturday Night Live. There was always something funny, and Fresh Prince was more of a drama than it was a comedy. So there were very many times where it just wasn't funny, and Will Smith deserves to be funny.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Saturday Night Live as well.
All right. Aaron, anything to add?
Saturday Night Live for the win. Like, I liked Fresh Prince. It was good. It dealt with more serious issues. Like there were some parts where it would be funny, but it was mostly a drama comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, they did our boy Carlton wrong, man.
Okay, Brandon, you can start.
All right. So next up, we got Lost versus Shark Tank. I talked about this before. I hated Grey's Anatomy so much that Shark Tank won over for me, but I've never seen it. I know what it's about. So for me, I've seen Lost. I never got through it. I don't care about the concept. I told you guys last time about the trivia messing up for Netflix back when they had trivia for it.
Yeah.
It just basically ruined everything for me. However, I would still watch Lost over Shark Tank personally.
So you're going with Lost?
Yeah, I'm going with Lost.
Okay. I only saw the pilot for Lost. I still don't know how it ends.
They all die.
Yeah. I have heard a lot of like the fan theories about it, but I haven't seen enough to really talk about those. I've seen Shark Tank. I'm gonna go Shark Tank.
Shit, making me the tiebreaker. I love
Yeah.
it.
I mean that's why you go last every time. So
Yeah.
there you go. Break the tie.
I don't watch Shark Tank or Lost. Shark Tank is interesting because you see inventions that may possibly happen, but then sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Stuff that I'll like that you would never think of.
Right? I don't. I'm gonna have to go with Shark Tank
All right, Shark Tank.
because there's more like it's more interesting because you never know what you're gonna see.
True. Okay. So next up we have Max Headroom versus Marvel's Shield. I'm a huge comic book nerd. I think all of us are pretty big comic book nerds, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
Brandon.
Huge. Love it. Love
Yeah.
it.
And I do like some of the Marvel heroes, and I know that the show mixes in with all the movies too. So I'm gonna go with Shield.
I will also go with Agents of Shield just because I never got to see Max Headroom. We're talking about a pretty much an '80s show here, but I know of it. Max Headroom honestly could be a current day meme continuation. However, Agents of Shield, watching that, following that every single week back when it actually connected with the cinematic universe was very fun until they finally broke off and they weren't really a part of the cinematic universe, which is fine. However, I am super pumped because I keep seeing advertisements for the final season next month, and I can't wait.
Aaron, anything to add before we move on?
No, never seen any of them to be honest, so can't really elaborate.
All right, Brandon, go ahead.
All right, so we got the $6 Million Man versus Twin Peaks. I made a strong argument for $6 Million Man against Dancing with the Stars. However, not having seen it, I would even if I had seen it, I would not beat Twin Peaks with that. I still continue my argument from last episode that this is a show that everyone should still watch today. It is probably one of the best murder mystery TV shows of all time. It's very rooted in Stephen King, especially if you haven't started, you should start. If you've seen Castle Rock, Twin Peaks is right up your alley. So unique, so cool. Very, very good show. I'm going to go Twin Peaks.
Okay. So before I talk about these two, I have to say something about Castle Rock.
Oh?
Don't watch Castle Rock.
Don't
Don't do it.
do that.
Do not waste your time with it.
Castle Rock is amazing.
I watched Castle Rock. I thought it was gonna be more of a more rooted in the lore of Stephen King.
It is.
Is it? It was
Yes.
really
Okay.
boring.
All right. I'm putting my headset back on because I wanna talk to you.
Okay.
I had my headset off because I didn't need it in my ear, but now I'm putting it back on.
Oh, geez.
Listen, I am a Stephen King fan. You've
Me
seen
too.
my collection. You've
Yes.
seen my book collection. I have pretty much every book. There is so many Easter eggs in every single episode, and then when you finally see that it's connected with pretty much every Stephen King novel ever made, it's literally Stephen King's wet dream. Um, and if you haven't started season two, if you haven't started seeing season 2 yet, Jared, I would definitely suggest that because it's even more rooted in Stephen King novels.
Okay, I will I'll start watching it again. But when I watch like the first like 3 or 4 episodes, and I'm like, none of this is connecting to anything. Like none
Okay,
of
so
this.
I'll explain that real quick to you, just because I want this this podcast to last longer than it did last time,
Yeah.
because we kind of ran through that. The best thing about Castle Rock, without any spoilers, if anybody's listening, there's no spoilers in this. The best thing about season 1 is how connected it was to actual Stephen King media. I mean, you had literally the original Carrie. You had you had Pennywise in there. You had references to Jerusalem's Lot, and of course Castle Rock existing in the Stephen King universe. You had Shawshank. It was all visual.
Did you like
However, with season 2, it's more literal with his books about what's going on. So I think you will enjoy season 2 more than you did 1. However, season 1 was literally every Stephen King fan going, "Ooh, oh, oh shit, son, yeah," you know what I mean?
I do. I did get the Shawshank reference when that came up. I did
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that again. All right, so on to this. I haven't seen $6 Million Man or Twin Peaks. I just know $6 Million Man is obviously, still a show people talk about. Twin Peaks, unfortunately, kind of like Freaks and Geeks, not a lot of people really watched it. So there's not a lot of people that talk about it.
They did a
So
sequel.
they did.
They did a recent sequel.
I'm going with $6 Million Man. So Aaron, tiebreaker.
I haven't seen either. I don't know.
I mean, there's a reference to the $6 Million Man in that '70s show with Fez. That's
There's also references to Twin Peaks and Family Guy, which is more of a pop culture icon.
Oh, Brandon, by the way, you got the wrong thing. You said Jerusalem's Lot. It's Salem's Lot.
It's Jerusalem's Lot, bud.
Salem.
Yes, it's Jerusalem's Lot. Reread the book, bud.
I haven't read the book.
You gotta read the book.
Yeah, you gotta read the book, bud. You're not wrong. It is Salem's Lot, but the full title is Jerusalem's Lot.
Gotta read that book.
Read that
$6
book.
Million Man. Screw it.
That's fine.
It's just because you said Jerusalem's Lot, not Salem's Lot.
Yeah, it's okay.
Bye bye Peggy Bundy, and bye bye
That's it.
Twin Peaks.
That's it.
That's all right.
So next up we have Single Parents, which is a show I like, and Modern Family, which is another show I like. I like both of these shows. And they're both filmed the same kind of way. They're, like we were talking about earlier, they're comedy shows, but they're not sitcoms. Technically.
They're live action comedies.
Right, live action. That's what we're calling them, live action comedies. I'm gonna have to look up the word for that. I think Single Parents is more of a realistic kind of take on, single life. Obviously, Modern Family. Yes, I guess that could happen, but it's like trying to like put every kind of family into just one and just spread it out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going single parents because Taron Killam's in it. So
I'm gonna go with Modern Family.
okay. Is there anything you want to add to that?
No, unfortunately, I mentioned last time that I haven't seen Single Parents. I didn't even hear of it. I like the cast, but I know more about Modern Family, which is next to nothing. But I still know more about that than Single Parents.
You got Al Bundy. So
Yeah, you got Al Bundy in there, bud. That's a yes from me, dog.
yeah. Aaron, it's a yes from me, dog.
So tiebreaker.
Yep. Are you not listening to the podcast?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening.
This is
Shut
your
up.
podcast, dude.
I know that, and I'm listening.
You gotta
Sorry,
know
I
what's
got
going
distracted. I got distracted when it came with dinner, and I had a bomb ass dinner though.
on.
I don't like Modern Family. I don't like it. It's not
Why?
funny to me. It's not funny.
You're wrong.
It's
Yeah.
not funny.
It is funny.
Single
It's
Parents
hilarious.
moves on.
I mean, I'm fine with it, but Modern Family is funny.
Not to me.
You don't know comedy then.
I-
You have Al Bundy. Oh, Brandon, go ahead.
Next, we got Everybody Loves Raymond and NCIS. I already talked about my hatred for Everybody Loves Raymond. I'm gonna go NCIS.
And I already talked about how much I hate NCIS. I'm going Everybody Loves Raymond.
no, no,
Yes.
no,
That was good. That was good. I like that.
Ray Romano, great actor.
Brad Garrett from Single Parents is in there too. Just
Yeah. NCIS is good too,
no, wrong.
but
You're
but Everybody Loves Raymond.
yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about. ELR, baby. All right, so the next one is The Big Bang Theory versus Rules of Engagement. Now, I've talked about how much I love Rules of Engagement. Great show. Has Patrick Warburton or Joe Swanson from Family Guy.
Mhm.
David Spade. Great actor.
David Spade.
David Spade. Joe Dirte.
Joe Dirte. No, that's Spice Peanut.
It's a great show. I already talked about how much I don't like Big Bang Theory in the second half of their life. So I'm going Rules of Engagement. Yeah.
I
Both sitcoms, unfortunately, for Brandon.
Yeah. I still want to give Big Bang Theory a try. However, I'm reading up Rules of Engagement, and I found out something interesting that it was on the chopping block several times before finally getting canceled after 7 seasons and only 100 episodes. Big Bang Theory actually got to finish, so I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna go Big Bang Theory on this one.
All right, Kanye, calm down over there. Beyonce are the best TV show of all time.
All time.
Easy.
Great tiebreaker again.
Yep. I mean, this is what you live for now, you know.
I guess. I mean, I put myself up to this. That's my fault. Rules of Engagement. It's funny. You know, David Spade, Brad Garrett. Hilarious. I like it. Now, Big Bang Theory
Here we go.
is funny. I like it. At first, though, I hated it. Couldn't stand it. And I don't know why, because before I never watched it. So then we started watching it. And then we watched it more. Started to love it. Man, it's a tough one. I love David Spade, but man. I didn't know if you knew this. The actor who played Sheldon Cooper He's actually in the movie School for Scoundrels with John Heater.
I did not know that.
He's
Not a very
yeah,
popular movie, but that's definitely
he's one of
sleeper.
he's one of the students.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing that movie when it came out. I thought it was actually pretty good.
Who's the guy that plays Leonard Hofstadter? What's his name?
I don't know.
I honestly just know him as David from Roseanne. I'd say that's all I know him as. I always forget his name. I can't think of it.
I don't know. But I am going with
Johnny Galecki.
Yeah, that's right. Johnny Galecki, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was in the Wonder Years, I think.
Yes, he was.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, he was.
I totally forgot about that. He was in the Wonder Years.
Wait, so who won?
He hasn't picked yet.
Oh, okay. I thought he already went. I'm sorry.
The big rules of engagement.
Really?
Big Bang Theory.
Oh god. Why? we none of us are friends anymore. This is
Okay, you're
stupid.
salty because I knocked out David Spade.
I am salty.
So is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Next up, we got Twilight Zone versus Mom. I still, just like Single Parents, I never heard of Mom. I looked up what it was, and it definitely sounded like an interesting show. However, everybody knows what the Twilight Zone is, and I would still go with Twilight Zone.
I'm also going to go to Twilight Zone. Mom is an okay show. It's not for me. I think a lot of the comedy derives from being a mom. So if you don't have kids, I don't think you really understand a lot of the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
But Twilight Zone is obviously, Jordan Peele is redoing it still, I think. Now season 2.
Yep.
And everyone knows what Twilight Zone is. One of the greatest shows of all time. The original, anyway, was.
I've heard good things about the Jordan Peele version. I want to watch it, but of course, CBS All Access.
Yeah. I found the first episode on YouTube, I believe, for free. So
I'll have to check that out for sure.
yeah, check that out. But I'm going Twilight Zone.
I was gonna go with Mom. Allison Janney's funny. Anna Faris is hilarious. How could you not? And I feel like you don't have to be a parent to really, yeah, it helps understand the concept, but it's still a funny show.
No, I'm not saying it's not funny. I'm saying a lot of the humor derives from being a parent. So if you don't have kids or you're not around kids, I don't think you understand a lot of the jokes.
Right. I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Man with a Plan.
He just stole my whole thing.
Yeah, I noticed.
Against How I Met Your Mother.
Uh-huh. Are you going first for once?
No.
Yeah. No.
Then why would you say that? Why
because
would you introduce the show?
I was introducing it.
You stole his thunder.
Yeah, you completely stole my starting point.
This is my podcast.
And you told me and Brendan that we could switch on and off who goes first. It was my turn to go first.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading the shows off.
Sounds like he's not the man with a plan.
Oh!
All right. Well, since Aaron wanted to read them off, he can go first, and I'll be the tiebreaker this time.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Go for
No.
I agree with this.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I've never seen Man with a Plan. Never seen it. I love How I Met Your Mother.
Insights. It's amazing insight that you had. I never seen it. Amazing. If
the cameras were on, I'm flipping you off. Anyways,
Poetry.
I love How I Met Your Mother. It's so funny. Man, just so funny. Okay. And what I think is funny is Bob Saget is the voice of older Ted. Yep. Not a lot of people knew that.
I feel like everyone knew that.
I don't know.
Sometimes Bob Saget forgets, though.
Yeah, he does.
Like, he doesn't
Hello,
even
Bob.
remember he was the first host of America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it went him and then Tom Bergeron.
I am pretty sure he forgot he was on Full House. I'm pretty sure.
Man, those little girls, man.
Oh my god,
Anyways,
that sounds so wrong.
anyways,
But How I Met Your Mother, just like I don't know, I relate to it.
How?
I'm Ted.
How do you
I'm-
relate to that?
I'm Ted.
Of course you would
Oh,
think that.
oh,
You're
oh,
Barney, my dude. You are Barney.
I am not like Barney.
secretly gay.
You are a womanizing playboy, my dude. Straight up.
No,
Secretly gay.
you were wrong, my dude.
I'm not wrong. Okay, what was your longest relationship?
Oh boy.
Longest?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
We
a
cut
year?
deep.
3-4 years.
With who?
X.
How I Met Your Mother.
Slapstick comedy like that. Anyways,
You are not Ted. Simply because
God
I'm not Barney.
you are Barney.
I love.
No, I'm Ted.
You are not a hopeless romantic.
All
Oh,
right.
you don't.
I'm gonna
you don't-
go. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Go.
Go
I
ahead.
haven't even
I'm gonna go.
said
I'm gonna go.
How I Met Your Mother.
You already
I
said
just
that.
want to. Yeah. I still want to point out that Neil Patrick Harris sucks dick, and I don't like him.
He literally does though.
Oh yeah. You right. Shit. You right. Anyways, I'm gonna play stupid on that one. But no, I really don't like him as an actor. But I'm still gonna go with How I Met Your Mother because I ain't never heard of Man with a Plan. If Aaron can use that line, I'm gonna use that too.
I'm a man with a plan.
I like How I Met Your Mother. But
Hilarious.
Man with a Plan is so funny. I know it's a sitcom, but I really think both you guys would like it.
I mean, I'd give it a go.
It has Matt LeBlanc.
Ooh, oh,
I mean, he's pretty much playing Joey, really.
yeah, it's okay.
But it's really good. I highly suggest you guys watch it. I just want to say I'm going with Man with a Plan, even though they lost. I will say, I just want everyone to know, in between the three of us, I'm Marshall. Just so everyone knows.
Why? Because you have your lily pad.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm
got it.
Ted. I'm Ted. I'm your best friend.
Barney's also my best friend. Plus, if we're going by that, I've known Brandon longer than I've known you.
Yeah, but Brandon's not Ted.
Then who was Brandon?
Brandon is Robin.
I disagree because he has a kid and Robin doesn't like kids. So you're wrong. You're just wrong. Like you're just wrong.
How did I get roped into this conversation?
Because you're on the podcast, my dude.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, what a good second round, boys.
Mm-hmm.
It was. You know what?
Mm.
I'm gonna say it right now. Superstore is going all the way, baby. All the way.
Is it though?
It is.
Because I think you guys have a little argument coming up.
No.
In the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh god. I didn't realize we were in anime.
I'm looking forward to personally. I'm looking forward to seeing round 3 and 4 in the next episode, guys. I hope you guys are excited too.
Yeah, definitely. Do you guys want to record another podcast after this?
At this moment, I'm going to have to decline because I got some cleanup to do, but I will definitely be down for it. Honestly, probably tomorrow night if you guys are
Tomorrow.
cool with it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And tomorrow, say Super Kick o'clock. No.
Who is Aaron on the show?
Barney.
Barney. Got it. All right. No,
Barney.
no, Barney. No.
No, Barney. Stop. Barney. Listen, Barney.
You go home. You're drunk.
You're drunk.
True story.
But yeah, so I'm Marshall. Brandon is Ted, and you're Barney. So there you go.
Is that good? Is that good? Am I good?
I mean,
Who's Ted? Can I just add, did you just tell me that I'm Neil
I'm
Patrick
Ted.
Harris?
no.
That's
Ted,
Barney.
Yeah. Barney is Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh yeah, no, you're definitely Barney. I'm sorry.
See, I told you, dude.
I'm Ted.
You play a straight guy, but really.
Hey, you guys are fucking dumb.
Oh god.
You know what? Turn your cameras on so I can flip your asses off.
Oh, see, he's still talking about our asses.
I know, dude.
Oh my-
He's into it, man. I'm telling you.
Fuck you.
You gotta.
He fakes being straight.
Are you gonna send us home?
Oh, whoops. Yeah.
He did.
That's why I forgot you were still recording. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that was the ReelCast. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for an awesome time.
I just want you guys to both know we're still recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was aware.
For my co-hosts, Jared Weathers and Brandon Tuning, I am Aaron Ahmet signing off. Thank you very much.
Hello?
What? What?
Well, you stopped recording. That's good. I think. Did you just? You good? Hello?
I can't hear you guys.
I can hear you.
What happened?
Stop recording. Stop at the recording. Stop the recording.
Having technical difficulties here. Okay. I can't hear them, so I guess I will sign off since you guys can hear me. I wanted to plug my friend's album, Most Stacks, on Spotify. If you're a rap fan, go ahead and check that out. For Aaron and Brandon, I'm Jared. Have a good day, or night, or whenever you listen to this.